Hello, everybody, and welcome to Home Based Business Review. I'm your host, Carl Douglas, and I got some very exciting news and a guest. I want to share some information with those who are out there struggling or those who are looking for things to do, because I understand right now that a lot of people are at home, and there's some people who don't want to go back to work and they look for ways to make some extra income. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my special guest, Ken Bolinder. How you doing, buddy?
Great. How you doing, Carl? Good to see you.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's a pleasure to interview you today because, man, you got so much history, and I want to let people know who you are. Go ahead and tell them who you are and why you decided to start your own home-based business.
Well, thanks, Carl. I appreciate the privilege of being here with you today, and it's my pleasure to be able to share some information with your guests. So essentially, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been self-employed most of my life. Built my first business in my 20s, a high-rise window washing business with 10 employees, and sold that and built a janitorial business in my 30s with 40 employees. And the reason I mention that is I just wasn't happy with the dynamic of a business owner. I just didn't feel like my employees were able to get what they want out of that arrangement. And I was drawn to network marketing because it really seems like the best expression of a quote that I learned from a gentleman many of you know, Zig Ziglar. My favorite quote has come from Zig Ziglar, where he says that you can get anything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And so I was drawn to network marketing, and I was able to go full time. I sold my janitorial business. I was able to go full time 1999, and we had a great run. I went to the top of the company in 14 months and brought 6 other executive directors along with us, and it was great. I just loved it. Every day I got up, I was able to help other people reach their goals. So I was really drawn to that, and you know how life is, it has its ups and downs.
Yes.
My other favorite quote comes from the book Think and Grow Rich, where it says, in every setback, every heartache, every adversity, every setback, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. And so, I had the down cycles and ended up going into real estate and bought 200 homes in 36 months. And
wait a minute, hold on, stop right there. How many homes?
200.
Wow.
Yeah, so I went from flat broke, no cash, no credit. How I got into Carl, that was kind of interesting, is I had a down cycle, and my wife and I got foreclosed on in our home. Yes. April 15th, 2003. And I had a friend that was there for me. He helped us save our home, and that just meant the world to me. So I started, learning from my mentor that saved my home, and then locked arms with him in 2004, January 2004. And I made a 20-year commitment to pay it forward and help people. And so that's what I'm about. It's all about helping people. And that's where I locked arms with him, my mentor, and we went out, and it was pretty exciting. We worked with other people, and we bought 50 homes in our first year in 04 and 100 homes in 05, and a total of 200 homes in 36 months. And then, of course, the banking crisis hit, and we had a bunch of homes stuck in hard money and had $2 million in receivables disappear.
Wow.
And but for some reason, I just have this optimistic gene where we were talking earlier, when I'm down, I said I was broke, which is a temporary condition. I wasn't poor in my mindset, because I knew I had built these other businesses in the past, and I knew that, if I, get with the right people and just persist, that I'll eventually, be on top again. So, I really, what I did, Carl, is that for 10 years, so I continued another 7 years helping people with my crusade of saving people's homes. So I spent a decade in what I call defensive strategies. And so in 2014, myself and some of my associates said, hey, we have to do something different. Instead of modifying people's mortgages, if we can find a way to help them earn an income and do what we call a cash flow modification, where yes, we go in and we look for ways to save people money. We teach them the tax benefits of a home-based business. that can have a financial swing of, $500, $600, $700, $800 a month. And we're not dependent upon a mortgage company to say yes. We can find these ways to save people money, and we start there. And then, we've actually invested quite a bit of money, years and hundreds of thousands of dollars, building systems where the average person can win, where they don't have to be a big hitter, where they can just get on first base, if you will. They can just, put a sign on their card. They can just hand out a card. They can just post an ad. So we have these kind of strategies where we have people that can come in and do their part, but then we back them up with systems that do 95% of the work for them.
Wow.
And Carl, this is just something I'm just really passionate about. This is part of my crusade. I made a 20-year commitment in 2004 that, I'm obligating myself to continue at least till 2024 with the option to renew. So that's my crusade. It's all about helping other people, and especially Carl, today, as with inflation and gas prices going up and grocery prices going up, everything's going up, rents 30, sometimes 50%. Where's this money going to come from? Right. So, that's Carl, that's where you and I really, see the same vision, I believe, is we have to find a way to help people that are hurting right now. We have to find a way for them to save money, but then also find ways to make money. And with that, we can help so many people, avoid foreclosure, of course, and save money and actually retire early and actually have a retirement. So this is my passion, Carl, and it's a pleasure to be able to, to work with you in this project.
Yes, it's my honor to also know you, and everything you're saying, I know it's real. I know it's true because we met personally, and a lot of people say things that are not, it's passion for them, but they can't reach the audience. So I'm here to let you guys know, Ken is very real. Okay, yes, I partner with Ken. We have some things that's exploding, as you can see right here. Why is Saving Highway Global exploding? Well, we're telling you right now, we don't sell anything. It's something that you don't sell. You don't have to sell.
That's right.
Something that a person needs right now. If I were to ask everybody that's watching this one question, I'm asking this one question: how would you like to save money on bills that you pay every month? You will probably say, where can I get the information? Well, I'm here to tell you, a lot of you can just go ahead and just follow my lead here, and you'll get that information, okay? Because every time you go to work, and Ken, I'm sure you can follow through with this one too. Every time we go to work for what? To pay our bills. And if we don't have enough money, because inflation is taking over right now, what you're going to do, you're going to go get another job to do what? To pay your bills, okay? So definitely pay very close attention to some of the things we're going to cover here, okay? Because it could change your financial future, okay? We can't do too much about your past, but we can help that future, okay? So like I said, if you don't have a piece of paper and pencil or pad right now that you can write on, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to go get it. So I'm counting it down right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's that important to you, you'd be right now and you would have something to write on, okay? Because here's the thing. If you don't write, 6% of the information you can probably hold on to. But if you write it down, you'll have 60% of the information we're going to give you here, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about why this is happening, why this company is exploding the way it is. Well, we already know, because people want to pay their bills. They want to save money paying their bills. If not, they'll leave home at 4 o'clock in the morning and they'll get home at 11 o'clock p.m. and they're missing all the time with their kids. And families are basically separating because they don't have that time to spend with each other. Okay? So some of you out there listening to what I'm saying, and it's probably hitting home for you. Okay? I have a gentleman right here that's going to talk about basically what he's doing to change a lot of this. If you open, keep in mind, be open here. Okay, we're going to cover some stuff that's going to help you with that problem. If you agree with what I'm saying, listen in, okay, guys? All right, let's go back. Ken, here's the interview. Tell me, why is your strategy different? Where did you learn this? I remember you mentioned to me, and what I was attracted to, you mentioned to me that you had door-to-door concept at one time.
That's right.
And tell me about basically how effective was that, how much money you made with that, and why it's something that you can do right now that's going to help people. So explain that so they can kind of get an idea of what's happening.
Yeah, I'd love to, Carl. It's kind of fascinating, I believe. And, it goes back to that quote of think and grow rich. In every adversity, every setback, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Well, back then, when I was a top executive with Prepaid Legal, we had a company come along and they said, hey, would your team like to go door to door and do surveys? I said, well, yeah, our team can use some extra money. Our guys are trying to be full-time. They can use some extra money. So I said, yeah, we'll do it on one condition. And that's you put our product on your survey. And they said, okay. So in 5 months, we built $1 million business, revenuing $20,000 a week.
5 months.
And with 60 people going out door to door. And we became 90% of this company's team. And the reason for that, I believe, is that they were hiring people for a job that, maybe $15 an hour to go do surveys. Well, who wants to do that forever, right? So that was their vision. Our vision, our team was, we had people that were earning $250 a week part-time to up to $1,000 a week part-time by generating these surveys. And that was creating their now money. And then also building their primary business. In that case, back then it was Prepaid Legal. So I coined the phrase job opportunity, where this was the first time I had ever seen, and this was 2021, where someone would actually pay me to build my residual income, to pay me to build my dream business. And that actually happened. It was kind of serendipitous that it did, but it did, and I saw it firsthand. And there's a story why things didn't work out back then, but the idea stuck with me. And that's why when we started things back up in 2014, we actually picked things up with the door-to-door survey with tablets instead of paper, because better technology. And we started for a time with the tablets, and then we thought, the savings is so powerful. And with technology, it's like, well, people don't really need to go door to door. They can just share the opportunity to promote the survey in social media and placing ads and all these simple ways. And the powerful thing about this, Carl, is it brings people, they can make their now money. Okay, with this job opportunity, they can make that now money, but it's not a dead end job. Like Robert Kiyosaki, I'm a big fan of his education. He talks about the cash flow quadrant, and most people are on the side where they're trading time for money, whether it be a job or whether they're be self-employed. And our mission is to get people to the right-hand side of the cash flow quadrant, where there's money, their money's working for them, or they have a B quadrant business, and where their cash flow is coming in. So the beautiful part about what we put together is people can take care of both sides of the quadrant, right? You can't just jump from the left-hand side to the right-hand side and say, well, I don't want that job anymore. I'm just going to go build a business. Yes. Because you need now money, right? So it's beautiful where people can make their now money by working with us in simple ways, posting an ad, putting a sign on their back car, etc. And their leads actually go into a call center. We do all the follow-up for you and build your team for you, and you're making the now money. So all people really have to do with our system is just drive traffic to our surveys. Now, of course, I like the phrase high tech and high touch. So we use the technology to very simply, easily bring people together, but then it's the relationships that keep us together. So it's not like we don't want you to do anything. Okay, we want you to come to know the people that are joining your team, build those relationships, and assist them in any way that you can. But with this job opportunity, Carl, we feel like we've taken care of the hardest part, and that is for a brand new person to feel like they have to be a salesperson or a recruiter. Where my experience in the industry is probably 70% of the people feel uncomfortable doing that. So if we have a system that caters to the 70% of the population, of course it'll take care of everybody else at the same time. Like our good friend Steve says, if you cater to the masses and help them win, then you'll be successful, and then you'll dine with the classes. So we have a system that's designed for the little guy. And quite frankly, we don't need any big hitters on our team because of the system. And we make it so simple where people can just drive the survey, and then they make their down money and they build their business at the same time. And that's where we come up with the phrase job opportunity. So you take care of the needs of a job with the upside potential of a business opportunity, and it's all packaged together in one thing. Oh, by the way, one thing I'd like to mention, Carl, we believe in an abundance mentality. We like to make up words like co-opetition. Okay, so we could actually use this system to build your viewers' base of any other business that they're building. Okay, because we've kind of cracked the code. We've solved the issue. If they're building another business, I'm sure they're coming up with the challenge of duplication. Okay, so if we have a system that will allow them to go get their 10, 20, 30 personals and allow their team to plug into the same system and get their 5, 10, 20, or 30 personals and make money at the same time, there's only just one downside, Carl. I'm joking around. They'll end up with another stream of income that just runs itself. Okay. They'll have an income in Savings Highway Global, but they can use this to actually build anything else that they're building. If they're a real estate agent, they can get more real estate leads with this.
Yes.
So it's really it's a multi-dimensional approach, but it all comes. Here's the point I want to make, Carl. Like you say, we're not selling stuff. We're solving problems, right?
Right.
People need help. They need to save money. We need to find a way for the average person to make money that's simple and duplicatable. And so this is my life's work. This is my mission. This is my crusade. And I just love working with Carl, a man of vision who's done big things. Let me tell you, if Carl's talking about it, you guys want to take note, because he's done some major things in his life. And it's an honor, to work with you, Carl. We see so many things the same way. And by the way, for example, one of the things I love, Carl, is I read your book on engagement, and I've been a fan of the book many years ago of How to Win Friends and Influence People, basically a human relations book. And Carl has taken the key points of how to win friends and influence people and condensed it in a very short read, a very easy, simple, easy to understand read. And guys, that book can change your life. You'll increase your effectiveness in what you're doing tenfold, in my opinion. And by the way, it's not just his book. I met Carl in person, spent time with him, and I've seen him live it. I've seen him enroll waitresses that are at the restaurant we're at, taking a waitress that was kind of, grumpy because she obviously was frustrated being in a job that she didn't want to be in. I watched Carl just turn that around, take her from a bad mood to a good mood, and literally enroll her on the spot. And so, guys, I would listen to this gentleman because he walks his talk, and what he has is very, very extremely effective. And it'll help you, whatever else you're doing, it'll help you do it better. And so, Carl, I want to thank you for who you are and providing these tools that are simple and easy, bite-sized pieces that people can go in. I read that book on the airplane going to Atlanta, and it's great. It's a great read, and I'm sitting there underlining and making notes. And so anyway, it's a pleasure to work with you, Carl, because I know you view things much the same way. You're all about helping people. And by the way, I know Carl doesn't need the money. He could stop right now. He doesn't need the money. He is doing this to help people, and that's the kind of people I like to hang around, is people that are mission driven more than they are commission driven. And that's exactly who you are, Carl. And I love working with you.
Well, thank you, Ken, for all that. I really appreciate it. I didn't know you were going to say all that.
I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm just speaking from my heart, brother. Really.
But you know, it was definitely a pleasure to meet you and the team, because the event that's coming up in October the 8th is going to be incredible. Okay. And that's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So those who are listening in, if you ever want to be part of something that's bigger than you, okay, you found it. Okay, you found it. I wouldn't be part of something unless it was something that was already there within me, and it's a mission. It is. But you just said, we're going. I'm here talking to you. You know what? I'm looking at the side screen and people are signing up. It's kind of weird. But the point is this, everything he said about the system, if you don't have a strong enough system, okay, it's just not going to work. You know, if you're not growing, business is dying, okay? And he's mentioning from his experience what he's bringing to the table here, that it's working, okay? It's not something that he's thinking about or he's going to try. It's something he's done, okay? And you guys who are listening have some opportunity to become part of something, okay? A part of a mission. You know, when I wake up in the morning and before I go to sleep at night, this is on my mind. It's almost like I can leave the house and go to the store, and he mentioned to you, I sign people up. Guess what? I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, okay? I'm presenting and then giving something that's going to solve a problem that they're having, okay? Once again, if that's you, please, you know what to do to get a hold of me. Okay, and I'm here to help you. Okay. Well, anyway, Ken, thank you very much for the information. I'm excited every day. Like I said, I get up and before I go to sleep, this is on my mind. I want to know who else I can help, who else I get to. My show has over 250,000 subscribers. Okay, and we're going to probably get them. We're going to have this in a rotation. Okay, on our program. So you guys, if this is the first time you will be able to see it, it's going to be basically just rotating, okay? Also on YouTube, you'll be able to see it on YouTube. I'm going to give the copy of this to Ken as well, so he can use it as well if he wants to do whatever he wants to do with it. But we're here as a team, okay? I'm going to let this cat out of the bag right now. He has a call center. I'm building a call center. Just think about it for a second. What that means is you come aboard and we'll share all that with you. All it's going to do is make your job much easier in business. Okay, that's the simplest way I can.
Hey, Carl, I'd like to bring out one more thing if you don't mind.
Yeah, please go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, we like to make up words, right? So I made up the word plurk. My wife's uncle was asking, "So Ken, you working hard?" I was like, "Well, I love what I do. I'm helping people. I'm having fun." It's more like I plurk. It's if you can help, it's aligning things. If you can help people and make money and have fun all at the same time, guys, then you don't have to work anymore. It's a passion, and so I invite you to come plurk with us and help a lot of other people and help take care of financial needs for yourself as well.
Yes, definitely, totally agree. And I want to go with some of the strategies, okay? Simple strategies to help you grow a successful business, okay? We talked about that. We kind of touched upon that. As I held my book up earlier, yes, it's a lot of that in my book, but the book, that I've written is, it is a good book because it has a lot to do with what I've done in the past with some of the companies I helped grow. And I mentioned something like you heard of Lyft. Some of you may heard of Uber. Lyft is another rideshare company, and I helped that company grow the way they did. LifeLock, your Golden Education. I can just go on with names and just throw them at you, but when you come aboard and work with us, you're getting all this experience. You got $1 billion worth of experience right here in front of you, okay, that you'll be able to tap into, okay? And think about that for a second. Why listen to somebody people listen to the wrong type of people, they get the wrong advice. Why listen to somebody who has never been there, or who's going to basically tell you it's impossible? Oh, that's very rare. Think about that for a second. Go drive down the street and see all these nice fancy cars and nice houses and big buildings. You think they listen to that kind of conversation? No, they didn't. They believed in themselves. And guess what? I don't know a lot of you right now, but I believe in you. I believe in those who want to come out of that old suit and go, oh, I can do that. I know I can. You just need to be around those type of people that are doing it. Don't be around the wrong type of people. Don't be around the wrong type of people that's going to talk to you and they're going to penetrate you. Here's what I found out, and I'm going to share this with you guys. I'll come closer to the screen. Okay, I got to tell you this. The people that can affect our decisions are our loved ones. They can basically steal dreams from us. Okay? What you need to think about is like this. If you break your leg and you're in the hospital, who's going to wear the cast? You are. Not your best friend, not your loved one. You'll be in pain. You'll be sitting there. You have to deal with that. Same thing with income. Same thing with money. Be around people that's going to help you achieve what you want, your dreams. Okay? I have a quote. And one of my quotes are, it's about me. When I was born in a very poor family. It was my mom's fault, okay? It was not my fault. But when you die, if you die poor, who do you think fault is going to be? Who's going to suffer for all those dreams that you never put out there? It's going to be your loved ones. It's going to be your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids. But now all you guys who listen in have an opportunity right now to affect your future, your wealth for your family. And he just mentioned, I'm not in for the money. Okay, because when I die, they're going to fight over the money if I left anything, right? But when it's wealth, that's something they can't really fight over. Okay? Remember that, guys. Ken, I want to give you a couple minutes. I want you to go ahead and leave your heart here on the table. You know how the singers, they're on the stage, they're singing, oh, leave it on the stage. Leave it on the stage. Okay, I want you to leave something on the stage for my audience here. What would you tell them that can make sense to them to maybe want to come out of that poor mind frame and let's take some of the cobwebs off of their brains? Leave something for them at this moment. You have 2 minutes. Go ahead, Ken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my pleasure, Carl. Yeah, guys, what we've worked really hard to do is to create a system literally that anybody can do. To be quite frank, I wouldn't want to go build a home-based business without this system because it usually just does not duplicate. People are going to be disappointed again. And that's why we've invested years and hundreds of thousands of dollars putting together a system. And we have a system where, just really quick, if you watch the movie Moneyball, which is how the game of baseball was revolutionized, where you had to have big hitters to where you could win without big hitters, because they developed a system where everybody could just get on first base. And we have a system where you can get on first base without actually even talking to anyone, without talking to your friends and your family, without selling anything, without recruiting anything. We do it as a team. One of the sayings I like is the purpose of a team is to make everyone's weaknesses irrelevant. We have people on our team that love to talk to people and they love to help them and enroll them for you and put them on your team. Your role, it depends on how you want to be part of the team. And your role is to just get people, just drive traffic or introduce people to the system, and the rest of the team can do the rest. Or we have people that just take appointments and they just talk to people every day and help them get started, and they don't have to worry about lead generation because that's handled by the other part of the team. So here's what I'd say. I don't care if you've ever had success in home-based business. It doesn't matter to me. It's irrelevant because I know what we have, you can do. You can put a sticker on your back window. You can wear a shirt that sends people into the call center. You can post an ad that drives traffic into the system. Guys, this system is working and it is duplicating. So this is what I can say. You may or may not believe in you, but you can believe in us as a team, that we can work together and win as a team. And so don't prejudge don't look at it from the viewpoint of your past experience, because we really don't care if you've ever had success. We believe and I believe in my heart that you can come in and you can absolutely be successful, and you can develop over time the income of your dreams. And so give it one more time, okay? If you've been disappointed, that doesn't matter. We've all had our ups and our downs, right? It's what we do going forward. So guys, that's the final thing I'd like to say, is it doesn't matter what your success is. Now, if you've been successful, by the way, let me talk to that group. If you've been successful, all you have to do is drive traffic to us. We do everything else. You could be on the beach while we're working hard, training your team and working and duplicating. If you're good at doing the marketing, but maybe your duplication's not there, join forces with us. And you could drive traffic and we'll train and duplicate your team. Okay, so we really have all ends of the spectrum. And please don't forget, this system, instead of you having to pay for leads somewhere else, this system will actually pay you money to generate leads for anything else that you're doing. So guys, I just, this is my life's work. I'm passionate about it. And it's not about selling, hawking products. I mean, you get started for very little money, folks. It's not a money issue at all. Okay. It's a friend of mine, Don, he says, don't make a financial decision, make a business decision. Right. Because we have ways with all these ways that we can make it happen for you. It's not a money issue. It's are you willing to give it one more shot to change your life? And by aligning yourself with people of passion, people who care, people that love helping people like Carl and myself and the rest of our other business partners, guys, you're gonna have fun. And I believe in my heart, you join us, you're gonna be successful. So that's the last thing I'd like to share, Carl.
Well, Ken, that was some wise words of wisdom, business wisdom, and I'm sure that it's going to basically tug on a lot of people's hearts who are listening in. Some of them in my audience, they're suffering out there, and what you're saying is this invitation for them. And I have to basically put a stamp on that. Yes, I definitely approve of this, because not only am I part of it, but I love helping people, and I'm on that mission. And all those who want to be on the same kind of mission, you know what to do. But listen, Ken, thank you very much. We're going to thank you, and we're going to invite you back. Is that okay? Would you like to come back and share some more good information?
I would love to, Carl. It's a pleasure working with you, and I'd love to be back. Thank you.
All right. Well, for right now, this is Carl Douglas and Ken. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye for now and see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys. Hope to talk to you soon.